let's begin.
Oh dear.
Are you like walking somewhere, dude?
Alright, cool. Can you hear me now?
Barely. You're muffled as a mug, bro.
I said, cool, bro, let's begin.
Alright.
What's the topic?
I don't even remember what the topic was.
He thinks he can beat me on Yuki vs Kenjaku. He's like a troll.
Bro,
Oh,
why
yeah.
are we doing this topic? Are we serious?
Yeah, Kenjaku
Oh.
wins a 2v1 against Yuki, bro. I don't know what's so hard to
Kenjaku
grasp.
unironically has no feats against Yuki. Right, like unironically.
He kills her on panel, bro.
That's like weakened.
They box and he
Why don't you
fucking
beat him?
shoots the
Just
fucking what's it
beat him.
called? A
That's like a
thingamajig through her.
weakened. Yeah, that's like a weakened Yuki. Right, and I can explain why she's weakened. Like
You think
pre-obvious.
she's physically weakened?
Yes,
She's
obviously.
just recovered with RCT. Okay. Well,
Yeah, so you know how when you use RCT you expend lots of curse energy. So she's just been
yeah.
fighting. She's just been fighting the whole time, right? She's been expending curse energy the whole time, and she expends even more to heal herself. And you think that she's at the same capacity as she was before? And look, I can even give you evidence that
I don't
disproves the
think
idea, right? Wait. She
Okay.
at the beginning of the fight, she lands a punch against Kenjaku, blows through both of his arms with one punch. At the end of the fight, she lands a punch against Kenjaku's head, right? And Kenjaku tanks it, right? So obviously, there's a distinction to be made between the strength output between
why.
Yuki at the end and Yuki at the beginning.
Stated why. You have to charge up Star Rage. Star Rage wasn't charged up then.
Sorry,
Or as
what?
charged as it was. Star Rage wasn't charged up as much as it was at, like in the beginning of the fight. It said.
Yeah, go ahead and show me.
Someone else can get the scans. I'm on Roblox right now. But the
Oh my
chapter
God,
should
I
be
don't-
like 108,
No,
107.
it's
No,
guys-
208, 207. My fault.
Yeah, 208.
I don't not remember that.
Wait, by charge up, do you mean that she has to add mass? Is that what you mean?
I'm pretty sure that's what it says. It says something along those lines. But
Wait, you're
right
like an idiot.
now, all I really care about is like Yuki speed scaling.
Wait, why do you
I don't
hold on,
like-
just stop.
I don't think
Why do you think it's the case that she couldn't add as much mass in the beginning as she did in the end? Like, what the fuck? The obvious reason is because she just Huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah, like the obvious reason that's staring us in the face as to why she couldn't add as much mass as she did in the beginning is because she has less curse energy output.
And she also doesn't have the time because she just used a bunch of curse energy to heal herself instead of charging it up. Yeah, I don't think that's crazy
So
to say.
no, you've misunderstood. Like the order of events
I'm
is she
saying
heals
I'm
herself.
saying a combination of the two. Like yeah, sure, I agree that it's like a combination of the two. But right now, all I'm really focusing on is her speed. Do you think her speed gets hindered like later in the fight?
Yes, everything gets hindered, bro.
Okay, why?
Because it's curse energy output, and that's what you use to boost your speed.
Yeah, I think you can use it to boost like your travel speed. Like Sukuna uses it against Choso, like in Shinjuku, where he puts a bunch into his feet, and then like he fucking just shatters the ground and like blitzes him like that. Like I think you can use curse energy like that to enhance your speed. But in terms of like what we see in the fight with Yuki and Kenjaku when they're just like swapping hands, I want to know about speed being increased that way.
Yeah, like so there's like many instances that I'm sure you're not aware of where they use speed in combat scenarios. Like Takaba, for example, uses speed in a combat scenario against the explosive guy. I think his name's like Hakanoi or something. In the Culling game, uses it to kick them, and then they remark that he has high explosive curse energy. Another example could be Yuji in Goodwill. He kicks Hanami, and then Hanami says that he's more explosive. Explosive obviously refers to the output of energy, right? And presumably he's using curse energy to bolster his stats there. So there's two separate instances in which you use curse energy combatively to output and increase your speed.
And no, it just says explosive. So we can attribute explosive to speed. Like let's say like that's one interpretation, obviously. Another one is the force or the strength of, the impact. So if it's like a really powerful impact, if I just like, punch you, my fists are really hard, or I don't know, like this is fucking magic. So I don't really know if that analogy is going to be the best, but like let's say it's a really hard hit, yeah, it's going to be like really explosive, but it doesn't really like necessarily need to be faster for it to, hurt more or be as explosive as it is.
Yeah, this was like a nice attempt to change the interpretation. Like they don't say the impact is explosive; they say that Yuji's explosive, right? It's like the whole interpretation you just tried to give trying to subvert my interpretation doesn't
Can
really
you show
work.
it?
Yeah, no problem. I have it. Hold
Okay.
on.
So are we off the AP point? Like that's just irrelevant.
I mean, I think he like accepts the fact that she's weaker AP wise.
Yeah,
Cool.
Hold on.
I think she's weaker AP wise. That's fine.
Wait, hold on. The
He also
scan I'm
can't really
thinking
use
about.
his curses against her. He just says that. So it's a
The
really good
scan.
matchup for him. Yeah. Wait.
Anyways,
Go ahead.
the scan
You
I'm
sent
thinking
it?
about doesn't say explosive. It says fast. But I think you can derive the same conclusion.
Let me see. Did you post it in scans or general?
I'll forward it. I'm saying the scan I'm talking about doesn't say explosive. It says fast. But I think you can derive the same conclusion.
Let me see this. You're smart. Just close the distance. He's fast. He's more agile than the girl, but his strength is disappointing. You think that's attribute? Where in this is it attributing his faster, like his agility, to his curse energy? It's not saying anything like that there.
Wait. So how do you think he's so fast here?
Because he's physically really fast. Yuji throws like a baseball, like what, 30 fucking miles. Like it's shown that he's not like a regular human stat wise. Like he cliffs normal people stat wise.
Agreed, right? Like we both agreed. Let's just make this very clear. So Yuji is superhuman naturally. We agree on this.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm asking you is, in the scan, right? Do you not think that he's using his curse energy to amplify his stats?
I think he's using his curse energy to amplify his like the power of his hits. The thing that's in question right now
That's a
is speed.
concession. That's a concession.
How?
Do you know what the definition of power is?
Oh my god! If you bring up mass times speed, I'm gonna kill you.
No. Well, that's force. That's not power. But that was like a nice try. You know what the definition of power? Or
Okay, yeah. Tell me what the definition of power is. Just go
I think
ahead.
it's the product. It's the product of strength and speed.
Oh my god, same shit. Yeah, so he amplifies his strength. Great.
And not his speed when he can amplify both.
Him being able to amplify his speed is what's in question.
Wait, but we see talk about amplify speed. Like you're not tracking. So
That was also called into question.
I was
I
like,
said,
I
like,
did the talk
I
about that.
attributed the explosiveness to what was before. If you have the scan, it's great. From what I remember of the scan, though, personally, is it says he has a really high output. That's all I remember.
Yeah, after
When
he
kicks
kicks him, yeah.
Yeah, which again, attribute that to strength.
Hold on, wait, I'm gonna get the scan for you, okay?
Yeah.
Fujitsu Kaizen, Weed Central. It's like pretty good stuff. Like the first time I debate you, you say you can pump fake domains. The second time you say, look man, I don't think you can amplify your speed of curse energy. Like you're just a troll. And then you want to put me like a stable rewind. I don't know what to tell you. Pretty fucking dog shit.
I mean,
Pretty fucking dog shit interlocutor, all things considered. Look, I'll get the scan for you, man.
yeah.
It's 169. Let's go. Oh my god, this is so bad for you. This is so fucking bad for you.
Okay.
Alright. Is it gonna save? There we go. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant fucking stuff. Paste. I know you can't read, I'm gonna help you out. He's fast. The curse energy increased dramatically. The shift in output is massive. So clearly they're attributing the increase in speed to the increase in curse energy output. Very fucking clearly.
Where?
The
Where?
top right.
He's
The top right.
fast. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Two different things. He's fast. The curse energy increased dramatically. His shift in output is massive. It's noting the shift. He massively shifted a bunch of his curse energy. He massively shifted his output.
Yeah,
That,
so do you
like
want to respond to what I
correlating
said?
that to speed, yeah. The thing that's in question right now is speed. Here, even with you posting this scan, it being speed is still in question.
Do you want to respond to what I said, like the argument I just gave? Or
I did. I said two separate things. I said this
yeah,
is
so
referring to
the
two
first
separate
thing,
things. That's what I
like
think.
I agree with both of the things you said. So the first thing you said was you said that he's noting that his output increased, that the curse energy increased. Like we both agree on this. The second thing you said was that, you know, it being speed is in question. And I agree that you put this into question. Now do you want to respond to what I said?
Okay. I'll just say it again because maybe I didn't make it clear enough. Right?
Let's write this down.
Yeah, okay. I don't see the correlation between the two in this scan.
Between speed and shift and output?
Yes, between speed and shift in output. It doesn't say he's fast because of this, like, you know, the shift in output. No, it just says he's fast and that he's able to shift a bunch of his output like really fast.
In order
It's
to
two
do
different
what?
things. I don't know, because I don't know what the fuck just happened, dude. You
I'll
sent me
send you the
one
panel
scan where
before.
Takaba's doing a handstand.
I'll send you the panel before, okay? This is the panel before.
If I remember correctly, is it when he does like a flying kick?
Yeah, flying kick, which requires movement, correct?
Yeah, move. Oh my god. Yeah, like a travel speed movement. It's not like hand-to-hand movement. He's like, in order to do something like that, you need to launch yourself from a position, correct?
For the flying kick, yeah.
Okay, great. I've already explained how this works perfectly fine within my interpretation. Within, like, Sakuna using a bunch of curse energy into his feet to launch and propel himself off the ground in order to like spear Choso super fast. So like, look, you know what? Let's say I agree to like, speed in this instance being correlated. It would be correlated to travel speed, right? Which
Yeah,
is
I'm just
perfectly
unclear
fine
on the
under my
distinction.
interpretation of how this works.
I'm just
But does it
unclear on the
help you with
distinction.
Yuki?
I'm just unclear on the distinction between the two. So like, let's just get this straight. So he's conceded now to the idea that you can use speed, you can use curse energy output to amplify speed, but it's only a specific form of speed, which is
I
travel
said this in the
speed, as
beginning, by
in
the way.
sorry, as in launching yourself.
Yeah, I'm
And now
sorry.
I'm
I
just
said this in the
unclear.
beginning, by the way.
Yeah,
Shit.
he
Now
said
I'm
at the moment, bro. I didn't track
now,
that.
now I'm just unclear on the distinction between travel speed and other sorts of speed, such that you can only do this thing with travel speed and not with other forms of speed.
Hmm. There's other ways to increase like these other forms of speed, but in reference to curse energy alone, yeah, no, it just travel speed. Okay, you put a bunch of force into moving from point A to point B. That's literally how you move. So if you have someone who can output 10 billion, like I don't know, pounds of force, right, like on the ground, then yeah, they're going to be able to move a lot farther in a single like leap or a single step than a normal ass human. That's
So
literally just how we move.
why can't you apply this to punches?
Because the punch isn't knocking off the fucking ground. You're using the force
Yeah,
to press off like the ground or something like that, right?
yeah, but
But
when you
when you
punch, you use
punch
the force
something,
to
it's
push up.
like that interaction isn't there.
Wait, when you punch, you agree that you're using force to move your arm forward, correct?
Yeah, but you're not propelling it off of like another surface. That's why
Why is
you
that
can have
need?
people who jump 20 feet into the air, but they don't punch at the speed of like sound or anything. They
Yeah, I
punch like a
grant
normal
this.
fucking human.
We agree. We sign off on this. So when you punch, you're not pushing off of a surface, correct? Now, why is this relevant to whether you can use gas energy output to amplify speed? Because the whole point I'm asking you is, it seems sorry.
Okay, yeah,
Seems
we
to
can
me
conclude.
is
We can conclude.
yeah. Well, let me just grab a scan of Taijutsu quickly, daybook, and then yeah, we can definitely
Find that
conclude.
one tomorrow, please.
Let me see if I can
I
find
moved
that.
your car.
Has it.
Why? Because I put mine in the.
Does anyone have like the
This
scan that
late, so
says
yeah.
Taijutsu?
While you
I
get the
was
scan,
yeah.
no. I just want to make sure because it's like 3 a.m. for you. Do you want to like continue past this point, or do you think that we only need one? 'Cause I think we really is 3 a.m. for you. I don't want to keep you here, and I don't even want to be here.
I know you don't want to be here, but wait, give me a sec. I'm looking for a scan. I'm not going to respond to your question.
Okay.
Let me see. Bro, this fucking thing is so ass. Oh, you have it? You say the one that says you unleash taijutsu or you unleash class energy for taijutsu. I used to have it like on my old account, but I don't have it anymore.
Yeah, man, Sakazuki got it.
Sucker did?
The daybook one, yeah. It has like Yuji as like the image. It's my fucking goat. But yeah, I mean, I asked you for like the reason why you can only do this when pushing off of surfaces. You didn't tell me. Why can you only output class energy when pushing off of a surface? Can it tell me? Pretty spectacular stuff, all things considered. I mean, also, how do you feel about Yuki being fatigued after expending lots of class energy?
Fatigued? I don't know. It doesn't seem like, at least to my knowledge or remembrance, that using like a bunch of curse energy does seem to tire you out. Maybe it's the case. I would like to see it. Like if it's not like anything where it's like you use all of your curse energy, because then maybe. But I don't know.
So wait, just to be clear, the question you're asking me is, why is it the case that using lots of curse energy makes you tired?
Yeah, to my knowledge, it doesn't. Maybe you can find like some instances where it does.
All right, let's just write that down. So 2 real, I'm just going to call you RS. 2 RS is knowledge. Using lots of cursed energy does not make you tired. I mean, this is
Yeah,
like
in a
saying
vacuum.
using lots of energy just in general doesn't make you tired. I mean, it's a pretty
Well,
fucking dumb assertion.
Curse energy is just negative emotions. It's not like
That's
chakra
not
where it's
true.
like your literal stamina and life force.
That's not true.
That's not
Even
what it
made
is.
Sakazuki leave the VC. I mean, what you just said is not true. Curse energy comes from negative emotions, but it's not negative emotions,
Unless you're
right? Because
cursed,
if that was true, if that was true, then people like Marquis would have curse energy, right? But Marquis does not have curse energy, even though they have negative emotions. But that was like a
Yeah.
nice try as well. Like I accept that what you were trying to say there was, a nice try, a nice attempt.
No idea what you just said. It was. Just, you know
Nice
what?
start.
I'll put it on me. I'll say that I didn't listen to what you just said right now.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just gonna
just said
say
it was a
I'll
nice
say I didn't
attempt.
really listen.
It
So
was
you
a
can
nice
repeat.
attempt. It was a nice attempt, but it was wrong. That's what I said.
Okay.
Right.
Great.
Yusuke, do you have it? So I can like explain it and conclude. This guy's like pretty bad. But yeah, hold on. I'll get the scan about class energy making you more fatigued, even though it's like a really fucking stupid, dumb question.
If it's for a curse, I don't think it would be too crazy to say that like for a curse because it's literally what they're made of.
Anyways.
Okay.
Like I don't know why you told me this. We're not talking about curses. So
Well, I'm trying to be good faith.
no, you're not though.
Open your
You're actually not.
conversation.
Well, everything I've said is that I believe. So
You're just like a retard then.
okay, well you're losing. So good work.
Yeah, man. Say so.
Okay, you two, break it up.
Sorry, Dad.
Wait, has Yusuke sent it yet?
But the most one that I've gotten is highly vague.
Not yet.
So gorgeous.
Yeah, he's probably sending it next year.
Yeah, I mean this is pretty sad stuff. I mean he told me he had it.
He gaslighted you. I don't know what to tell you, bro. There you go. He sent it.
You did
Hold
not
on.
get it. You did not
So
get
I'm
it.
sure. Okay, hopefully it's the scan. Yes, I think. Wait, no. I think. Oh yeah. I mean, wait. No. Wait. Combat arts. Oh yeah. Wait, no. Oh wait, yeah. No. Wait, no. Wait, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
Oh.
It says Jujutsu sorcerers, combat arts, concentrate and release curse energy. Regardless of whether a Jujutsu sorcerer has an innate curse technique or not, mastery of combat arts is necessary. Strikes concentrate and release curse energy. Those strikes themselves turn into tools for curse spirit exorcism and hold the force to conduct certified exorcisms in combination with curse techniques. And so, like, it just seems to be the case that you release curse energy while attacking, like, really fucking obviously. And so the question I was just asking you is, if it is true that you can release curse energy while throwing out these punches and these kicks, etc., then like, what reason do you have to form this arbitrary distinction between launching yourself, like output from launching yourself off of a surface, and output from punching and kicking, when both require output of curse energy?
Yeah, and both of those actions also require force. That shit, they're not the same. Even if you're outputting curse energy for both actions, they're not the fucking same. It's
You
that
do realize
simple.
that the
We
output of
can
curse energy
conclude.
is a force. The output of curse energy is a force, definitionally.
Yeah. So if I just put a bunch of fucking curse energy on my fist, it's not like it's magically making my fucking, I don't know, hand. Just like if I put a bunch of force into my fist, I tense it up, I get it really, really shaking, and then I punch you in the face. My fist isn't getting any faster, but I have a lot of force in it. Just like I have a
No,
lot of
that's
force
not
in that
that's
curse
not
energy
true.
punch. They use curse
That's not
energy
true.
to exercise curses, and in order to get their hits more kapow, it's that simple.
So
It's
that's
that
not true.
simple. More
I
strength,
mean that's
more power, more strength.
okay. I mean,
You want to say that's not true? Do you think that you've defeated what I've said, or do you want to like bring up something else and then
no,
we can just
I wanna just make you look dumb.
please?
So can I respond?
Yeah, make me look stupid. Make me look like a big old idiot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to. So look, he said he said if I tense up my fist, I have lots of force. I mean, you're just using the word force incorrectly. Force is a vector quantity. It has direction. So when you say stuff like when I tense up my fist, I have lots of force, but I'm not getting any faster, you're just not describing a force, right? Forces are things like weight, up thrust, friction. These are forces. They have direction and they have magnitude. So if you agree that the current energy output there has a direction, as in they're outputting it somewhere, it's going somewhere, and there's a magnitude, i.e., there's an amount that's being outputted, then definitionally it's a force. And so the analogy you gave is also just trivially fucking disanalogous to what we're talking about. Look, I don't need to tell you the exact methodology about how they do this. What I have to tell you is that sorcerers use curse energy and they release curse energy in their hand-to-hand combat, right? And so as long as you agree with the Dayabug where it says that they release curse energy in the hand-to-hand combat, we've clarified now that both
You did that
sorcerers,
too, by
when
the
they're
way.
launching, both sorcerers, when they're
Oh, my,
jumping off of a surface and when they're throwing a punch, they're both outputting force. They're both releasing energy. And so it is the case that sorcerers can output curse energy in their strikes and output curse energy when launching.
yeah.
And now you have to
Mhm.
show me a distinction between the two such that the output in one can affect speed and the output in other cannot affect speed. I just don't think you've done that so far.
Because they're different types of speed. One of the types of speed is like you reacting to things and then you like being able to like maneuver your way or being agile enough to like, I don't know, manipulate your body or something like that. The other is just plain old using force to push off of a surface in order to gain speed that way. So an object, it gains speed or gains momentum if you like push it off of something or if it pushes off of like a floor or surface or anything else. Now, if you punch, like again, the long jumper analogy. A long jumper can jump 20 fucking feet in the air. They have crazy, like, strength when it comes to fucking just pushing off the ground. But they punch at the speed of a normal human. They punch off the speed of a normal human. So again, we just use this. Like, look, you can equate energy to force because that's what you're doing. You could just equate that to like regular ass force, and it's still the same. Everything that I'm saying still goes through. We can end it. We can conclude. I don't even need to conclude. I don't think I need to repeat what I'm saying. I think I
I
made it
mean,
pretty clear.
like this guy's an idiot, right? So,
Okay.
like in response to the long
That's
jump stuff, I'm like, yeah, sure, just keep talking, yeah.
I already brought up it like 20 minutes ago. If you didn't address it
He's,
like then, oh,
he's like,
that,
yeah, just stop talking,
that's kind of sad.
just
That's
stop
all I'm gonna
talking,
say.
stop
Addison,
talking.
do you have a judgment?
I'm gonna mute you if you talk over me
I'm gonna
again.
let him respond, but
Okay.
yeah, I do, but let him respond.
But yeah, I mean, like a couple of things. I mean, this is like really fucking stupid. So like I acknowledge that there are long jumpers that can jump really, really high in the air, and stuff like that. I think perfectly fine, right? But the reason why this seems disanalogous to me is because the long jumpers have a run up, so they run, and then they jump, right? So they have the acceleration and then they push off the ground as well. Whereas when boxers punch, they're usually doing it from a standstill. As they go from a stationary movement to a direct punch. So to say that they move faster when having a run up compared to they move faster when punching or move slow when punching, it's like completely disanalogous as well. Like this is like all gibberish analogies that they're trying to use to make your retarded point seem less retarded than it is. But also you just haven't actually shown me a distinction. Right? So maybe I can agree that you can output more force when jumping than you can when punching. But like the
Mm-hmm.
fact of the matter is that force is still being outputted, right? Because you're still accelerating, and mass is still being moved through acceleration. And so as long as you have those two things, you have force. Now, if it's the case that there is force and sorcerers can release energy to aid in that force,
Hmm.
then it seems to be the case that what I'm
Mhm.
saying is true. Sorcerers can output energy when punching or kicking to aid in it. Think of like a jet engine, right? They have like an engine that they can like explode off of to aid their attacks. And I can just give you like in-series examples. For example, when Hikari's fighting against Kashimo and he goes out of jackpot, he starts getting beaten up. pretty badly. And he goes
Mhm.
into jackpot again, and he stops getting beaten up pretty badly. There's like an overall stat increase between when he goes out of jackpot, when he goes in of jackpot. I think it's like the clearest example of how having more curse energy at your disposal to use seems to have an outright effect on things like strength, on things like speed. But yeah, I mean, like, if you want to respond to that, then
Oh my god, we're just making point after point after point after point. I just want to conclude, bro. Do we really need to go over this Akari stuff, or can you just drop it so we can conclude? Because I don't want to have to like keep arguing with you about this. It's just gonna go back. And
no,
forth.
I'm gonna send another scan too. I mean, if you look in general as
Oh
well,
my
we have the
God.
Dragon Bone. The Dragon Bone accumulates force and curse energy, and it ejects them out the back of the blade and the corners of the use as well, right? And so this is like another example of how you can have a weapon that doesn't push off a surface. You dumb fucking idiot, right? This weapon doesn't obviously push off a surface, but it uses curse energy to increase the force output by the weapon, right? And so look, you've been fucking completely
Oh my
annihilated.
gosh, it's using propulsion. Wow.
Yeah,
Almost
so
like
do
what
you
happens
agree
when you
outputs?
push off a surface. It's pushing
But
off the air. This is
is it
propulsion. It's pushing off. Wait, no, it has a jet engine, so the engine, the force or whatever, is going out the back. Vroom, right? Unlike when you punch, all of that's internal. This is external force pushing it. You use internal force when you fucking hit something, dude.
the whole idea that I'm arguing is that they output curse energy external to their body to aid their punch. You dumb fucking idiot. Do you want to conclude?
Oh my lord. And you think that this curse energy is pushing off the air or something?
Wait,
Do you
just
think that yes
wait.
or no?
What do you think output?
Wait. Yes or no? Because I'm gonna get you a scan, which makes you look like an idiot.
I'm unclear on what you mean by pushing off the air.
Okay. Do you know
But
how? You know, actually, you just said it. Like a jet engine that pushes off the air. It propels the thing by pushing, by exerting force and pushing off the air.
no,
What
so
do you think?
I think what happens,
Else does it push off of?
I think what happens is that it exerts force in the forward direction, and then there's like an equal opposite force in the backwards direction. If that's what you mean, then like I agree. Yeah.
What force is it exerting in the forward direction?
I'm not sure. I'd have to get back to you on that. But like
Mhm.
presumably it's the exerting force in the forward direction. That's what causes movement, right? Like you dumb idiot.
Yeah, sure. Equal and opposite reaction, right? Equal and opposite reactions.
Yeah, that's
That's
Newton's third law.
yeah. I know, buddy. Now let me get it. Let me get the scan for you. It's should be like
This
250
guy
something.
just realizes what output means, by the way. He thought I was saying that it was all internal. But I'm saying output, so it's going out something. This guy's so dumb. Just delete your tier list and like hang yourself, please.
Oh, guys.
What's
That
wrong
was
with this guy?
rhetorical. That was rhetorical. Wow.
Okay, you guys.
Look
He's been
yourself in the shower,
dick-sucking
wishing
me.
your
He's been
breath to work.
dick-sucking me for so
Okay,
long. And he comes
okay.
into VC
You know
and he
what?
says all the retarded shit in the universe, right? He's like not smart or
So
not intelligent. He's into the bad.
Because like you said earlier, I can't read. Can you read this thing from Gojo real quick? Specifically
I'll
the
read.
bottom.
Alright, imagine I throw a straight punch of curse energy. There are three types of curse energy. It possesses curse energy reinforcing my fist, curse energy striking my opponent, and curse energy bearing those two.
Okay, so there's three types. And what are those three types? Say it again.
Curse energy reinforcing the fist, curse
Mhm.
energy striking the opponent, and curse
Yeah.
energy breaking those two or bearing those two.
Okay. So, tell me. Does this sound like what you're saying, or does it sound like what I'm saying?
It sounds like what I'm saying. He's outputting curse energy, you dumb idiot. What's wrong with this guy?
Oh Lord. Yeah.
Yeah.
Asen, you want us to just move to conclusions?
Huh?
Do you think we could just move to conclusions? I'm pretty sure I've already
What
already
was
kind of
that?
addressed.
What was that point even? Bro, that point moved on so fast. What the fuck? This guy said Marky, bro. Isn't C saying like it's external? You're saying it's like internal or something?
No. I'm saying
I
like
wasn't fully clear on that.
force. Yeah. He thinks somehow like the force is I don't know, generated from say it again, C. You think it's like a jet engine?
I think you can imagine it that way, right? So like characters output curse energy to
It's
make
never shown
themselves
to be that way. So
I mean, that's what's
actually,
interesting.
yeah, that is never shown to be like a jet engine.
No, what's in question is whether it's
Someone
shown to be
uses it?
output.
Because you're the one I put in the question. You said that it can amp speed. You are on the affirmative here. I'm questioning you.
Yeah, I've given you like a plethora of different instances, like a plethora.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. But that's
Yeah, weren't we
I-
supposed to conclude like 20 minutes ago?
we
Yeah,
were,
I've
but he
concluded.
kept bringing up
yeah,
new
like all
points
this,
after
like
new
these
point.
new points are like so. Like, there's like been, bro. Yeah, they're so
Yeah, like
irrelevant.
they're really redundant.
I don't know why we're arguing do punches use cursed energy. That's literally the entire
That's
part,
not what
like
we're
Yuki's
arguing,
first
Yusuke, you
part of his
idiot.
skit.
He's like an idiot. Look, I'll just conclude. So, look, in conclusion, the topic was Yuki versus Kenjaku. He said that
Oh,
Yuki loses, and I
Yeah.
said, look, Yuki loses, but she's weakened, right? And he agrees that she's weakened in AP. He just
Mhm.
disagrees that she's weakened in speed. Now, I don't know how this is relevant to
I-
Kenjaku being Yuki, right? Because, well, she can be the same in speed, she still tags him, and he agreed that she tags him while weakened. But like, this guy's fucking idiot. Anyway, I was like, wait, do you not think she's weakened in speed as well? Because having less curse energy output means that you have less speed? And he was like, no. And this was just like me educating him on what words like force means, what like power means. I gave like a multitude of instances that could be understood this way. Like most notably, I gave the example of Takaba. Takaba runs up, jumps, outputs curse energy to aid that jump, and then kicks, right? So like he's outputting curse energy from the soles of his feet to make himself jump higher, right? And so like the whole idea is that you can output curse energy doing physical movements to aid those physical movements. That's like the whole fucking idea. He thought I was saying something like it's always internal, but the word out in output seems to imply the opposite. I gave another example with the Dragon Bone sword. Dragon Bone outputs curse energy very clearly, like an engine. Him bring up it being like an engine is not relevant because you could just argue it being somewhat similar to how humans do it. He then like made the like weird idea that when you jump off the surface, you're pushing off force or something. When like you punch or throw a kick, you're not outputting any force. Like it's all internal. But like it's very obvious that like you are outputting force when you throw punches and kicks. So like he's like an idiot. I also gave the Hakari example. Hakari is out jackpot, it's getting beat up, goes in jackpot, has more curse energy to output, and he's like suddenly reacting again, right? Like that went unresponded to. He sent the Gojo scan that says that curse energy in the punch possesses three types: the one that reinforces the fist, which is presumably internal, the one that strikes the opponent, which goes outwards, and the one that is around those two, which is against this point, right? Because it shows that you can output curse energy in the form of punches, right? You can output curse energy during your punch. So like the actual attack itself has three sources of curse energy, and that shows that pretty well. That it goes with my point. And so yeah, curse energy can aid movement. Yuki's probably slower, therefore, and so like he's just fucking dog shit. Like, I don't know what to say.
Okay.
Pretty much it.
W. All right. So yeah, sure. I can just conclude. We
You didn't
started off.
conclude yet?
No, I didn't conclude. Well, actually, Aston, do you think I need to give a conclusion, or do you remember what I said well enough?
Go ahead. By the way, is this like Hakari point like actually relevant? Like,
No. I actually thought he was just like, you know, gonna be what, like decent and dismiss it, because I was like, dude, I really don't care to like keep bringing up new points with you, and so like I thought we just went around that, but it seems he doesn't think so. But we all started this by saying that, like, you know, Yuki loses to Kenjaku while weakened. I questioned that, you know, curse energy is used to like amp speed, like reaction speed, combat speed, stuff like that. I said that I think that you can use it to amp your travel speed by like putting it into your feet, like Sukuna does against Choso, and like, you know, when he just fucking blitzes him. That went uncontested. He never, you know, contended that. And then I like he tried bringing up a bunch of examples of people being like explosive, like Yuji's explosiveness. I attributed Yuji's explosiveness or like his agility, because it says he's fast and he's agile, to him being like, you know, a superhuman essentially, like just in base physical stats. He agreed to that. And then the Takaba example, it was literally the same thing I was talking about, where it was amplifying your travel speed. I never disagree that you can use curse energy to amplify your punches, to amplify the strength of the punches, or to amplify the force that you're using, right? That was never in contention. It was amplifying the speed. So yeah, you can use, curse energy to amplify the power of your punches. It being the speed of it is what was in question. And then he goes and he's like, I'm not sure of force propelling and that really moving you and making you faster, which I mean, sure, great. You could have he could have actually tried to contend it instead of just saying like, I'm not sure, blah blah blah. He didn't defeat that point, so I think it was pretty clear that I just won this.
Okay. So, did you guys like never argue what force meant? Like, I swear you guys started
Yeah.
arguing it and then just like dropped it.
I
No,
defined
we
it. I
just
literally
brought up
defined it.
the definition where he was like, it's power and well, no, like power is strength and speed.
Yeah, but
I
Aston's
said,
asking for force, not
yeah,
power.
amplifying. It's
Well, okay.
amplifying.
The reason I'm asking is because like when you guys make all these claims about like what force or power means, you guys like use them in different contexts, but you like never argued over it. So like I don't even know. Like,
I
it's
defined
like
the
weird.
word. I literally defined the word indirect. Defined it.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Like there's no
yeah,
response to that?
yeah.
He didn't. He
We
didn't
define it.
respond to my
No,
definitions.
he said it was what is it, like strength and speed? I said,
No,
yeah,
no,
I
that's what
think that this is
power man.
amplifying
This
strength.
guy's an idiot.
You
No, so
said that in the
that's
recs. We can go and check back.
stop
You literally
talking.
said that.
Stop
That's what you
talking.
said word for word.
I'm gonna have to mute this guy. He's just too stop talking. Look, that's the definition I gave for power, right? Power, not force.
Mhm.
The definition I gave for force was a vector quantity with
Oh
magnitude
yeah,
and
okay.
direction. That's the definition. You dumb fucking idiot retard. Don't talk of me again, bitch.
Okay.
What's wrong with this guy?
A vector quantity? Please elaborate, because I know what you mean, bro. See,
I do
Yeah,
remember
you didn't
that
pass for this.
I don't
point. I
either.
remember.
Uh,
I
vector
think it just
quantity,
he compared it to like up thrust and like I don't know what the other example was. I just
I just
friction,
want
remember.
to
up
see the
thrust,
subdocument on One Piece. That's all.
Oh
Oh,
dear.
okay.
yes, friction, up thrust. Wait, Archie, you're here, right? Archie, can you define force for us, please?
So force is just the emergence of acceleration times matter. So what a force can be described as is
Okay, so
just an event that takes place when what?
Can we just
He's
like
a troll.
we just needed a definition,
Okay,
bro.
okay.
That's all we need.
Why I'm
Can
trying to
we
define it
layman
for
it?
you. So it's
Can we
just an event
layman
that
it?
takes. Are you
Archie,
guys retarded?
is because they spent a whole debate arguing about what force was without defining it. So they're pretty
Archie's
retarded. You know?
holding us hostage.
Well, I gave you the formula for it. I was going to explain the application of it, right? So it's just an event or an influence, okay, that is caused when an object changes its acceleration, which is just its change in velocity in proportion to its mass, okay? So when you,
Mhm.
okay, so
Thank you,
that's
man.
why when you punch a ball, it moves. That's called a force, right? When it
I love you.
unbalance, you know.
Wait, so you'd agree that force has both? You'd
Yeah.
agree force has both magnitude and direction, right? Like there's
Of course,
direction.
yes, it's a vector quantity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Vector quantity.
Everyone knows
Okay,
this.
so we're using the same words. You dumb fucking idiot.
Mhm.
Who's that guy? Jin and
Okay, but
fucking
Archie's vouch
Realsasuke.
Archie's vouch doesn't mean he won the
Okay.
debate, bro. To be fair.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
it's relevant.
I mean, this is just
I'm very confused as to like how this.
by definitions, it's a
No, no,
vector
no, no,
quantity.
no, 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 no.
Why?
I'm not
Why?
talking about the definition. I'm not talking about the definition. I'm talking about how like this would help C win, because the whole thing we're talking about like the power which generates the force, right? And
Right.
he thinks that power is being generated by like more speed or something. I think it's being generated by more strength.
No, I think it's both.
Okay, but the thing is, when he like says what force is, if power is power, if
Mhm.
power is powering that, and what force is like basically without using gibberish, strength and speed or like mass and whatever, then that would mean the power would have to power both of them. That's like the whole relevant thing. So that's why I'm asking.
I don't know what that means, but we're
Okay, sorry.
No, I mean,
it's
look, I
okay.
mean, this is pretty fucking simple, right? Did he give the distinction between the two instances such that you can increase speed in one and not the other? If not, then he lost. Why are we doing this?
I agree.
It's like this stupid rat shit that he does every time I debate him, and like, you're just not good, bro. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell
Yeah,
Damn.
I'm sorry. I'm moving at the same speed when I don't know. I fucking Superman jump off the ground as I am when I like catch a paper airplane.
Yeah, like when you jump off the ground stationary wise, you're probably outputting similar force to like when you throw a punch. I probably reckon that people output more force. Some people output more force when they punch than when they jump stationary off the ground.
The argument for that.
Force is mass times acceleration. Mass is constant.
Yeah,
Bro,
I just
that guy,
yeah.
the roof really hates me, bro.
Essen,
Like,
Essen,
like
do
really,
you have the judgment ready to come out the vault?
Well, it's basically like if the definition of force wasn't like responded to, then C wins. If it was, then Sasuke
Right.
wins.
He just didn't
It's like
respond.
very
So let's just see.
simple. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Let's get
Which
it.
I was asking for clarification because I don't actually remember